Well, hello, everybody. We are continuing to work our way through the 21st chapter of John's Gospel. Today, we're going to look at verses 15 to 19. So we're getting closer. Probably end the video tomorrow. So that'll be February 2nd, the date for the broadcast of that. This video I'm preparing to be broadcast on Tuesday, February 1st of 2022. So we welcome you if you're watching it at any time in the future. Please do, if you enjoy these videos, like and subscribe. We'd love to have you here on a regular basis. There is a whole list of playlist of various different devotions and studies that we have done, that I have done. So from here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa. All right, so with that, let's take a look at John 21:15 to 19. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter felt hurt because he had said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Very truly, I tell you, when you were younger, you used to fasten your own belt and go wherever you wished. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your arms, and someone else will fasten a belt around you and take you where you do not wish to go." He said this to indicate the kind of death by which he would glorify God. And this he said to him, "Follow me." Okay, and they're going to go for a little walk from here, and we'll pick up from there tomorrow. But they've just got done eating the fish and the loaves, and kind of this little reenactment, perhaps, of the Last Supper, the feeding of the 5,000, all of that kind of thing. They are on the side of the lake there, or the Sea of Galilee. And it's near that we believe it, or the Catholic Church at least believes it to be near the area where the Church of the Primacy of Peter is currently over there in Israel. And again, as I mentioned, I believe for yesterday's, it's a beautiful little church, beautiful scene, very impactful place. And somewhere I think you should, if you ever get to Israel, be a place I would want to see, but there's so many things to see. Having said that, here we have the reinstalling of Peter. Peter is being brought back. Remember that we had the three denials earlier when Jesus was arrested and prior to the crucifixion. And these, to me, and not too many, these mirror the repairing of each of those three brokenness each time he denied him. So he hears, "I love you, I love you. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? I love you, I love you, I love you." But there is a difference in the words used for love. There's different words for love in Greek, of course, three primary ones. One would not be appropriate at all. That would be eros, and that would be an erotic love. But you have agape, which we typically think about as the love of God. Okay, and then you have philo, which would be more a love of friendship. Uh, so when Jesus uses love, the first two times he uses agape. Peter replies back philo each time. The last time Jesus uses philo, and Peter answers back philo. So some commentators make no distinction between those two words. They feel they're equivalents. Some make big distinctions between them. I think there is a distinction there. I think agape is superior to philo, slightly at least, in the reverence, of reverent nature, maybe, if that's right, the relational difference there somehow. And so Peter's just not quite getting to that level, and we can never love God as much as he loves us. To me, that's the moral of the story here. But the important part, the really important part, is the reestablishing of Peter and bringing him back in. And you said it three times, you denied me, so I'm going to ask you three times just to make sure you're sure. You're sure you denied me three times. You said you wouldn't. And each time, and of course, Peter had said he wouldn't deny him prior to denying him, didn't he? So I think there's a good reason for this repetition of three. But he is being cast in the role of feeding the sheep. He is the good shepherd. So we're echoing that good shepherd. Remember, in John's gospel, there's a big emphasis on I am the good shepherd. So here, the good shepherd is basically passing the staff to Peter and the other disciples. They are to go out and to become the leaders now. They are to lead them. And then at the end of it there we have that prophecy of Peter's martyrdom. We don't know exactly how Peter was killed. Don't know exactly how Paul was killed. We just know they kind of disappear. But church tradition, church lore would have it that Peter was crucified in Rome upside down. But there's nothing scriptural that tells us this. I'm not aware, or I just didn't think of it, but I'm not aware of anything secular that tells us that Peter was crucified upside down. The only thing we have is church lore, the tradition that comes predominantly out of the Catholic Church, of course. So that's where we are at there. I think the moral of the story, the thing that we can take to our own heart here, is that as much as we want to love God, we have to realize our level of love for God is just never going to make it up to the God's level of his love for us. But he wants good for us. But he also wants us to take care of his children. And so he has given us that commission, if you will, here at the end of John's Gospel, at the end of the 21st chapter, which may have been an additional chapter added. We talked about that already. So with that, I will let you go for tonight. Tomorrow, this morning for you, tonight for me, because I'm recording this on Monday night to be broadcast on Tuesday morning. We'll finish that up on the 2nd of February of 2022. We'll finish John's Gospel. And then I believe the next day, or maybe even the next 2 days, I'm going to talk about the I am statements. I haven't decided whether I'm going to divide that in 1 or 2 segments. Still working on that. Okay? Have a very blessed day, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. God bless.